Well, howdy doodly, everybody. Can we hear me? Am I good? Is my mic even being picked up? My computer is being extra slow today for some reason. So jumping between several windows and whatnot becomes a little bit harder. So I hope everybody's able to hear me and I hope everything's going on perfect. It looks like my mic is being picked up by OBS. We love it when things go together and it's not just random assortment of things. But again, welcome in tonight. We have a great set ahead of you. Thanks Gaming is going to be going up against a team they've never faced before called Fulminous, and we are lucky enough to be able to cover their scrims tonight. So, we are going to be covering the Thanks Gaming Scrim tonight. So, we are going to see some familiar faces of Fairy and Gasper. Yes, that's right. We are supporting one of our favorite teams here. So, we have Fairy and Gasper coming through. And then we're going to have the other team, which is Fulminous, which we have Waddle Chew, Bebro. So some of these names you might seem familiar, but Thanks Gaming is also celebrating tonight because they just locked in their final fifth member for their roster in Kudon. Welcome to the team, Kudon. This is going to be a great set and a way for you to show off those Thanks Gaming skills. So that is awesome. You'll notice that they haven't taken on the TG thing yet. That's okay. We just brought them in last night. But, guys, without further ado, let's get into some strategy talk about what's going on here. Fairy, unfortunately, I can hear you, and that made me panic for like a brief second because my brain autofill associated, unfortunately, an autofilled can with can't. So it added a T, even though it doesn't exist there. My brain is just doing that. It's just like, yeah, I panic for a moment. I'm like, wait, what? Wait a minute. There's only 3 letters there, not 4. But we do have a delay for today as well. Not as big as like if for an actual event. So, all right, I'm just getting a thing. So they just need 4 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to pass that along to Thanks Gaming. They just said they needed 4 minutes. And then rest of roster should be on. All right, but that is a-okay. But that was also like 3 minutes ago. All right, but yeah, so tonight, like, we are going to be on Groudon. This is going to be a 6-game set. So this is going to be a 6-game set, and we're going to have each team 3 games on each side. So we're going to have Thanks Gaming take first pick for the draft for 3 games, and then we're going to swap, and it's going to be Fulminous picking first for 3 games in a row. This gives teams both time to get into that practice and the habit of what can we do for first pick, what can we do for second pick. So it's an even number of games to make sure that both teams have that. So that is the beautiful thing of scrims too, because it's not just about winning, it's about practicing your strategies in the competitive environment against another competitively competitively viable team. That's the word. We forgot a B in there. Please don't hold me to that. But another competitively viable team, and you can test new strategies. You can test other strategies. You can even practice your research work. Maybe you got APIs and you looked at them and you're like, okay, maybe we can try to adjust like this. So scrims are for all kinds of practice and whatnot. And so if you don't know what a scrim is and you're brand new to the game and you're brand new to the channel, well, that's what a scrim is. But if you already know what a scrim is, well, then I just talked your ear off and you got beautiful Jonathan Hyde voiceover. There you go, AI. Take that. And oh my gosh, I forgot yesterday with that follow from Apple Gamer, we hit our goal of 190 followers. Oh my gosh. Holy heck, guys, we are picking up steam. This is beautiful. Beautiful. So Well, we got an extra person in the lobby here now. We have Just OP that just joined in. So there we go. Just OP just joined, but now we're waiting on 2 more members from Fulminous here. We were supposed to start 7 minutes ago, so I apologize, chat. But that is a-okay. Sometimes delays happen. Sometimes life happens. You can't control it, and that's a-okay. Again, strategy talk. So we're on Thea Sky Ruins, the Groudon map. And so this means that we have to figure out what it is we're going to do. We've seen a little bit of Thanks Gaming before. We've seen them pull out Decidueye a whole time. I think that is their most famous Pokemon that they have. Triple tanks, so 2 tanks and a tanky supporter. And one of which, we don't know which, it could be one of the tanks, could be the supporter, into an all-rounder slot. They're tricky like that. And they play around to protect the President comp with Decidueye. So Decidueye is specifically Razor Leaf as well. We've seen a lot of people hit over 100k damage with that Spirit Shackle. But if you get collapsed on really hard, that's not going to get you out of there. But Razor Leaf is very strong. Now, I know they've been talking about and putting a lot of things through the works over the last month or so. So while there may not be we may see some different things. We may see Seal, that unorthodox top laner, whether they're taking Crustle, Mime, or they play something normal like Garchomp. Although I don't think they play Garchomp. I think somebody else plays Garchomp on the team. But whether they grab that Garchomp or that Ceruledge or whatever else they play, that's like a standard, normal, all-rounder. I think we're going to see something fluctuate coming in here. So it'd be really interesting to see what kind of strategies TG wants to implement. And Fulminous, I wish I could talk you guys up. I recognize Comfy E-Girl from playing on Ladder. I recognize Waddlechew from around the community, jumping a lot between teams. I know they're solid players. I know Just OP a little bit, just because I've seen them around a few servers that we're in as well. But aside from that, I don't know anything about the team, unfortunately. But it's going to be interesting to see where both teams are now going to be coming in and saying, "Hey, we got some goods that we want to show you." So it'd be interesting to see what kind of stuff that they want to practice. Now, some focal points that we need to look at too is Regidrago. Regidrago is a very important objective that spawns in the center lane. Gets a lot of experience for the team. We can hit some certain level thresholds or move thresholds, so we can hit our power spikes a lot earlier. We can also get a score increase. So if we're able to plan around it rather than just fighting for whoever has the last hit, we could try to get someone that needs stacks with that, so they can get quicker stacks. Because you could score a 30 like it's a 10 super quick with that Regidrago buff. I mean, that's probably a little bit exaggerated, but it's fast. It's fast. And then we're going to go into the chat here. Since they're all ready, and we're going to ask for ready checks. We're going to go R. And we're going to see if they're ready there or not, because we got 10 players in the lobby. That, to me, on a good day, that's amazing. 10 players in the lobby, fucking A. So, but the other thing too is we have to worry about Groudon. How are these teams going to handle the Groudon fight? Because Groudon is also a very important objective. It's not necessary to win, but if you don't respect it, you could lose to it. So, and what do I mean by respect it? Well, if you take the buff and you don't respect it, and you just run to the pads, you're going to get stopped, you're going to get got, and you're going to get KO'd, and all of a sudden that score increase buff, that attack buff is going to go to the other enemy, is going to go to your enemy, because that's what happens. That buff transfers over. But if you also leave it up for the other team to take it and you still don't respect it, then they could burst you on a pad. If you split your team up along the pads trying to stop these scores, they could push a pad, burst you, score, now you're down 1-2 players, you got 3v5, then you could get bursted on your home pad again, and that's just a lot of points that you're just not able to come back from. So you have to figure out how to stay ahead in those fights, whether it's through score, whether it's through on levels. All right, we got ready checks in, so let's get this game number 1 underway. Again, we have Thanks Gaming, your purple team. We have Fulminous, going to be your orange team today. And we're coming into the draft here. So again, this draft, 3 bans on the draft. Then we get to take a look and go, okay, so we got 3 bans on the draft, but they can overlap. We don't know what the other team is going to ban. So already we're looking at Leafeon, Darkrai, Hoopa for the side of Thanks Gaming. These are not staple Pokemon. So these that means Thanks Gaming must have done at least some research or know some of the players on the other team. So that's great. Meanwhile, Suicune, Snorlax, Blissey, these are staple bans, but that doesn't reflect whether or not they've done research on Thanks Gaming or not. Because the difference here is that in a first pick position, you're not going to ban Suicune. Because then you can just say, you know what, it's first pick, I'm just going to take Suicune. You're not going to ban Blissey because, again, you're in a first pick position. I can just first pick the Blissey. So in a second pick, you want to take those 3 bans off. That's fine. Take them off, and you can look at how you're going to run these. Meanwhile, Hoopa's a very powerful Pokemon. That might just be a non-target ban anyways, just to get that off the field, because a lot of people underestimate Hoopa. What Hoopa is able to do is Hoopa is able to pivot teams between the lanes with Hyperspace Hold. So they open the highways, you can pivot between the teams, and it's able to teleport teams with the Rings Unbound, its Unite move. So pulling that off the table, that's great. But already we're seeing Double Tank locked in, Gasper on the Slowbo, Kudon on that Trevenant, JK pulling in the Decidueye. So I think we're going to see some Decidueye here. Now, are they going to mix it up? Or are we going to go with something else with the Decidueye instead of our standard whatever? But let's go over and take a look at Fulminous. We have just OP on the Umbreon, Bebro on the Crustle. Ooh, these are powerful picks as well. One of these Pokemon usually comes over and plays for the side of TG, but Crustle is taken away now with a nice XP share on it. Umbreon, you might think, oh, they don't have a supporter, it's double tank. Umbreon has Wish. So, newsflash, that's kind of like a supporter with extra bulk. So, and you can still pivot into it with Foul Play if you want some extra stun damage. And I think that might be the play here. Not necessarily, although against the Decidueye, if you're able to get onto it with the Umbreon, mean look it so it can't escape. Maybe. But we're going to see Comfy E-Girl pick up that Latios, Waddlechew pick up that Talonflame. Nice high damage Pokemon. And Seymour Stuff going to be picking up that Metagross, locking in with those tanks. We're going to see Fairy pick up Mimikyu. There are a few targets for Mimikyu to want to get onto, which is that Talonflame and that Latios. And Seal going to be picking up that Mr. Mime. Again, I already warned you guys about this. They're going to be playing with that Mr. Mime. They're going to say, hey, listen, Mr. Mime, he's got it. And we're not just playing Mr. Mime, we're double stacking with it. We saw a Cookie. We saw a special attack spec. So Mr. Mime is looking for all damage, all bulk as much as possible. And even more important, you got to watch out for that Showtime, because if Showtime gets on the Metagross or the Latios, they're going to be unable to act. They have very minimal times between both between each stun and Mr. Mime's Unite move to try to eject or get a move off or something before you're stunned again. But here we go. Game number 1 of the 6-game set. And we don't want to give you a headache, so let us shame this down. But Thanks Gaming, your purple team, Fulminous, your orange team, as we get into game number 1. So already we see Kudon and Fairy going into the bottom lane. So you'd see like, hey, Mimikyu wants to stack, is going to play into the top lane. But that is going to be the job of the Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is going to be looking to try to get this as many stacks as possible off. But nice grab by that Eevee. Not going to be able to stop that. We have an Ardent Gank from Waddlechew coming in for a nice stack there, going for the score. Trying to go for the berry, but didn't take much damage. Now they took a little damage there, but nice secure by that Eevee again. Getting more stacks, but more importantly, experience to push it closer to that level 4. But now, we've only took 1 buff in the jungle for the side of Fulminous, but JK is in the top here. Fully evolved, both buffs ready to go. 10 seconds away from these 850 birds. Now we have the Talonflame here, and finally a Fletchinder. Don't need to take it, going for a bottom lane gank. That is a surprise indeed. Already on to Kudon here. Gonna be taken down. Fairy takes down Kudon. They didn't gain a whole lot of advantage in the top lane, but they did gain a lot of advantage in the bot lane. But, oh, we have Matang online. That's massive. But we do get to take down a double KO. That's a first stack for Seal as we now come through. We are not level 5 yet. Oh, never mind. We just ticked into that confusion coming out here. We do have that Gyro Ball going to be picking up that wild Pokemon, stopping Seal from being able to get any Eos energy to score. Meanwhile, here in the bottom lane, we have Mimikyu taking down Waddlechew. We do have that Talonflame going to get taken down and going back home. Bebro is now in trouble. Mimikyu is not something you want to make angry. You don't want to piss off Mimikyu, let me tell you that. But already TG is moving in to collapse on the Regidrago. They need to evolve Kudon. They need to get Seal to their level 7. They're going for it. They take it. Seal also has that score buff increase. It needs it. Mr. Mime needs this. So as they're coming down, Bebro comes in. Waddlechew, nice with the Brave Bird, takes down JK. LMNOP as they send him back to Nurse Joy. And Bebro gets out on the skin of their teeth. They're not going to be punished for that. We have Draco Meteor on Comfy E-Girl. Nice stop from Gasper on that slow, bro. Going to stop that 28 cap going in. That's massive, but nice stun from the Luster Purge. Huge hit from the Draco Meteor. That is going to be nasty. And the first Unite move is going to go to the side of Fulminous. Talonflame diving in on Brave Bird, gets on top of Mimikyu. Mimikyu is still level 6, but it avoids the Flame Sweep from the Talonflame by using Play Rough. Not the intended purpose, but hey, if it ain't broke and it works, it ain't inting. Now we are collapsing on Regirock. We are looking for Waddlechew to become level 10 here shortly after this. This is going to be massive, massive for them. Now Fulminous already moving in. Seymour is now hit level 9. Latios has hit level 9, but so has JK. We get the Unite move. The Crash and Compute takes going to claim that Regieleki, and we're already collapsing and taking down this tier 1 pad, 132 to 25. We are struggling on the side of Thanks Gaming as we now collapse on the tier 2 pad. We have to stop this. Nice wall from Crustle, going to be able to stop the team from getting there, but we do get here. Nice knock out from JK, looking to grab the Talonflame. Focuses it all, but it's not going to convert into anything. We still have a lot of HP here. The Lecky does go in, 17 points. Tier 1 is now completely left open. Home pad is here, and Waddlechew is ready to go at level 11 as they collapse on Kudon and get away. Comfy E-Girl has not been laying on their laurels either. They have been in this jungle collecting all of these wild Pokemon. This central path here, all of these Pokemon now belong to the side of Fulminous. Thanks Gaming needs to find their footing. They are getting overwhelmed very easily, and a lot of these Pokemon are late game scales. So we are level 10 on this. Once we start getting our Unite moves, we should be getting here. We should be coming online. Seymour and the Talonflame going straight into the walls created by Metagross there. Nice. Draco Meteor coming out as we now look to collapse and score as many points as possible. Nice overdunk, 302 to 25. Again, the pressure being exerted by Fulminous here is absolutely oppressive. Thanks Gaming needs to find their levels, needs to find their farm. Level 8s on all Mimikyu, Slowbro, and Trevenant. And we're already at 450. This is not good. We already have Crustle level 9, Umbreon level 10. Gasper's going to get taken down here by the team here. Oh, never mind. They make it out. Oh, they got baited. Never underestimate the prowess of the Slowbro there, but we're already going for score here. TG is in a dangerous position. Nobody going for the top here, but as they push the home pad, scores are going to be raining onto their bottom tier 2. We have to figure out a way to get this done. Boom! There it is! Huge KO onto Waddlechew there. Another KO. Triple KO streak for the side of Thanks Gaming. You're going to take 3 down. Massive experience. Look at that. Level 11 on Mimikyu, level 11 on Decidueye. Now we get level 12. We're back into this, baby. Look at all of these Unite moves. And at 4 minutes, they can burn them all for not just this objective, but for more experience. There goes the Phantom Forest coming out from Kudon here. But we dive onto the Decidueye. We are not able to get through. The lack of a Blissey into this comp here is definitely being felt. Seal is on the run. They don't have Unite move as Seymour collapses. Now they're moving on to Kudon. Kudon, nice horn leech getting away there. Nice, massive getting a loss there. Fairy is now all alone, and she goes down. Once more KO'd by the side of Fulminous. Triple level 13s, 90 seconds till Groudon. So, already, we are not going to have another Regieleki going to be pushing into the top here, but from the top here, we're closer to Groudon, but we do have Regieleki barreling down onto this tier 1, onto the home pad. And we have lots of follow-up. I mean, why not? If Fulminous is just able to burn some Unites, get some resources taken out, is able to crash and take these, and is able to take these team fights like they have, they might as well crash it. But Talonflame gets taken down. Massive experience for the side of Thanks Gaming. We now have 3 level 12s on the main carries. Regieleki is still here, but Metagross goes down. Fulminous has to back off. This was a reckless push indeed, but 383 to 33. They still hold a massive, massive score lead. We do not have any level 14s yet, but it is Registeel in the bottom. 30 seconds to grab this, and Thanks Gaming wants this. Fulminous not in mass, but we have enough here. We have 3 members of Fulminous down in the bottom with more to come. Now we have we do have the Decidueye grabbing the KO. We grab Waddlechu, who finally hit that level 14. Thanks Gaming has finally found their tempo, found their momentum, and found their groove to come back and start taking these team fights. 7 seconds until Groudon spawns. They're going straight for some farm. They need to level up. Level 14 on that. They have trying to get their upgrades. Their Groudon is in. Fulminous not looking for a fight yet, as Waddlechu needs to come back into this. Seymour is taking a nice position with Comfy Girl. Lots of vision there. Now Just OP leading the trail for Kudon. We know where that Decidueye is as well, so we have to be very careful for Thanks Gaming because Decidueye has revealed itself. Now we're going to start hitting, drawing them in. Seymour's revealed himself. They're coming through. Nice Draco Meteor. Brave Burst off the Talonflame. Nice stop by the Slowbro. Now they're going for it, but the Bunny Barriers are coming out and saving Waddlechu. That's not going to be enough, though, as they back out. They take down Fairy. Now it's going to be 4v5 as we come down here. Huge Draco Meteors coming down. Brave Birds getting stopped by their own crystal wall, but it's a complete team wipe on Thanks Gaming. But the show is not done yet. They have to take these points. They have to take Groudon here, and they are going to take it. But do they go for the push? We have 8 seconds until JK is back. On that, they have 8 seconds to try and score. They're not defending the top pad here. We're only defending home. This game is over and won so long as Fulminous backs off. They don't need this, but they're not backing up. They're pushing in. We get stopped by the Mr. Mime wall. Nice Talonflame sweep coming in, but it's not going to be enough. We do have the Brave Bird. That will be enough. 1, 2, 3 KOs on Thanks Gaming. The synergy from Fulminous here, being able to lock that Brave Bird in onto those Metagross Unite moves on the Crash and Compute was just abominable. Oh my gosh, look how devastating that was. All right, but that is going to be game number 1 going to Fulminous. So there we go. But oh my gosh. Thank goodness I didn't put up a poll. Oh yeah, would have put it all on TG. Yeah, the build for TG was massive here, but look, Waddlechu 140k damage. Seymour 93, JK but the biggest on 86, but the rest of the team, Kudon tanking 105, Gasper tanking 90. Seal coming in with a 64 tank, but we do have minimal damage numbers coming in. We just weren't able to get on top of them. We took the fights early, but then maybe the fights were just too early because they were able to pivot. But look at this. We have a long plateau line of scoring for the side of Thanks Gaming. And then we look at around the 3-minute 30 mark. Everything just comes out and just goes in this way of Fulminous there as they score, get way ahead. You got to keep that pressure up and you got to keep that score going. But we're going to go and see our teams and see if they're ready for game number 2. All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear? Oh, there it is. All right, our mic, when we switched scenes, our mic just stopped working for whatever reason. All right. All right, so we got the go ahead that we are ready on the side of Fulminous. We're ready for the side of Thanksgiving. So let's get into this game. Number 2. Already back into the draft here. Next game for sure. Absolutely, Ace. Absolutely. They're going to have this game locked in. Just you watch and see. All right, we're already looking at the same bands for the side of Thanksgiving. No Darkrai, no Leafeon, no Hoopa, no Blissey, no Suicune, no Snorlax. We have some Snorlax haters, let me tell you. All right, so unfortunately, the Decidueye comp did not work overly well, but now, are we going to see something similar come through, or are we going to see a complete pivot? We have Kudon going to be locking in a Pokemon for their tank. No! Get baited Gasper on that Comfey. What are they going to be cooking up, I wonder? That's going to be interesting to say the least. We are going to take Clefable and lock out the Trevenant. We're saying, hey, listen, Trevenant was a bit of a nuisance. The Trevenant was a bit of a piece of a nuisance there. So we are going to lock that guy out and take him from you. But Kudon, that does open up Crustle for you, my bro. Are we going to lock that Crustle in? Oh, we absolutely are. And we're going Garchomp. Ooh, I love it. I love this Garchomp. Now, the question is with Comfey, it's on the rise. Are we going to see Healing Comfey? Because we've seen a lot of this, even back in houses last week for the Unite Academy. We saw it with a little bit on Groudon Cup, a little bit in Challengers Rise. We saw it a little bit even during a bunch of league matches that we were moving into as well, of these Pokemon coming in and Comfey and using Sweet Kiss. So it's going to be interesting to see how we're going to be able to pivot into that. It's going to be interesting to see if that's the play or if we're going to pivot away from it. We do not have any full heals yet for the side of Fulminous. So maybe they're not. Maybe we are seeing something of Comfey coming in, but we're going to see Azumarill on Seal, and Fairy's going to be locking in Latias. Ooh, all right. So that's going to be super, super interesting to see as well. Azumarill is going to be able to pair off of either moves of Comfey, along with JK on that Garchomp there. Fairy going to be coming in with Latias. Latias going to be carry Latias, it looks like. No experience share. That is also going to be a strong Pokemon as well. We have healing off the Dragon Pulse. We have, what do you call it there? We have healing off Dragon Pulse. We even have, damage reduction on the Mist Ball. That's the move. I was blanking on the move and the debuff. They're in the head. They're in the noggin. But Seymour coming on that Blastoise there, and Aegislash on Waddlechew. Comfey E-Girl locking in that Pikachu. We've got a lot of early game, a lot of nice secure options for the side of Fulminous, and we are also going to be taking the strategy of tank support for the side of Fulminous as well. They're going to be like, hey, listen, if it worked for you, it could work for us. It'll be interesting to see if this Pikachu is going to be full Mage with Thunderbolt, or if it's going to go Electro Ball Volt Tackle. You know what? We could even see a pseudo of Thunderbolt Tackle. But as we get into game number 2 of the 6-game set, we have Thanksgiving, your purple team, and we have Fulminous, your orange team. Let's go check out the bottom lane here. Let's go see Kudon Fairy action. Alrighty, we have Crustle and Latias coming down here. We have Pikachu with that Phantom. It's very interesting to see that most mage Pokemon are still taking this bottom lane over the top lane. Despite being a new map, it is something that I thought that we might see more experimentation on. But I guess teams are just like, nah, bot lane is mage forever. We're not going to pivot. There's no need to. So, I mean, hey, more power to them. But here we go. We're going to see this Bunnelby starting getting grabbed, leeched off, and grabbed by that Electro Ball Pikachu. So we have our answer there. Pikachu is going to be Electro Ball. We're going to see if it's Volt Tackle or Thunderbolt for any reason, but probably Volt Tackle. Volt Tackle is just the most strongest move in Pikachu's kit, as far as I'm concerned. We have a lot of pressure up top here. We have a Azumarill online, but taken down by Waddlechew. Comfey was on it, not going to be able to save it. We have JK onto this Garchomp here. It's Dig Garchomp, and it's a Sweet Kiss Comfey. The evolution on Clefable saved its life. And that is exactly what they needed. This Moonlight's going to come up and heals both Seymour and just OP, taking them out of range and threat level from Seal. But Seal is still level 5. Now just OP just hit level 5. We're trying to get that Comfey back as we're coming into the top here. 23 seconds away from the Regidrago. And Waddlechew is almost level 7. That is a nasty, nasty Pokemon to have against you into the center here at 8 minutes is Aegislash. You don't want to see that, but I think it is what we're going to see. We have Water Spout out for Seymour, so no XP share Water Spout. We're going to see a high damage output Blastoise with Rapid Spin Water Spout. JK already going in. Nice Earthquake coming through. Going to be able to lock that in with Sweet Kiss. They're going to take down Waddlechew. And there we go. Sent back to the Pokemon Center. Now we have JK down. Take a 2 KO streak for the Clefable. And we're going to take out the Trevenant as well. But despite all of the chaos and the domination, Pikachu going to take in the last hit on the Drago with Electro Ball. Gotta watch that. Pikachu is the secret securer. We have 30 points on Comfey E-Girl there. As Kudon now pushes into the bush, we have Vision, so we know there's 4 people from Thanksgiving down in the bottom lane. Now we know that Azumarill is no longer in the top, so this is going to give Blastoise and Clefable a lot to be able to do. Fairy is getting singled out by Waddlechew. Take it down, sent back home to the Pokemon Center. We're trying to get out, but the slow on Garchomp was too strong. Livid Outrage into the wall. Oh my gosh. The ground rock combo is enough to take them down. Huge, massive over from the side of Thanksgiving. Actually, not massive over. We have 10-point over, but 133 points to 69 for the side of Thanksgiving. They have come back with a vengeance. Now they have broken bottom tier 1 pad. Now they need something to keep them ahead. The Blastoise and Aegislash and now Clefable have the Unite moves. Only Seal on the Azumarill has Unite move. Nice engagement Trevenant there. Horn Leech, double up, come through. Kudon, very low HP, going to get taken down. JK all alone with the Comfey. Now it's going to also go down, and Comfey is the last to follow suit because Fairy went down actually a lot later than we expected there. Latias was able to hold on, but it wasn't their focus. They were just collateral damage there as we now look to rein in points. 32, 34, and a 40. With one score and a cap onto that bottom lane, we are now back in the lead for the side of Fulminous. 175 to 133. We're going straight into the jungle here, right to the center path. Take down 1, take down 2. Pikachu's coming out with the thunderstorm there. Gravity down on Seal. Not going to be able to do a whole lot to escape. Nice Aqua Tail coming through, but now we're collapsing on JK. JK's got that Comfey. We're waiting on that cooldown here, but it's not going to be enough. We take down JK. We take down Gasper. They're getting sent back home. Massive XP swing off of this push here for Fulminous. They are just so bulky. Look at that Clefable. Now we have to think, do we want to break this? We're down to 1 point on this pad here. Or are we going to save it for Groudon? Because we have to remember, it's Regieleki into the bottom path here. So we could focus that. Nice Hydro Typhoon coming out. Nice coup de grace. Going to take down Fairy instantaneously. That supporter might have a lot of damage output, but does not have a lot of bulk. Clefable coming in with the gravity. Going to stop them in their tracks. But they're not going to be enough as we now get taken down. We have 4-man push from Thanksgiving, but they're also getting pushed off. 4-man push from Fulminous, which is succeeding. We now have Regieleki spawned fully into this bottom lane here, which Fulminous is going for. 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Meanwhile, on the top here, we do have a Attic Reggie in the Reg Ice. JK already on it, says, you know what? We might as well take it. We're here. Let's take it and let's get it gone. Pikachu already has that Thunderstorm. Do they get it? Yes, they do with the Blastoise. Oh my gosh, all of these stuns, the last hitting potential and the last hitting prowess and power from Fulminous here is just dominating Thanks Gaming right now. Nice Horn Leech from the Trevenant as we now come down and take down 1, 2, 3, 4 for Thanks Gaming as Fairy now has left to defend this pad. 50 points coming in for them now to put them up to 245 for a 49 over. Oh, but the Regieleki hit, and they took advantage. They weren't done with the scoring as Aegislash dunked a whole 50 cap into the bottom here. 295. That is what happened there. That's what. Now they're at 295 to 133. This is a massive lead that you want to be in. They no longer have to keep the pressure on them for the score. Regidrago is here. This is, again, a lot of experience, but it's gone in a minute, so you have to look to take it now because this is the last opportunity to take Drago. Nice grab by Kudon onto that. The nice Hydro Typhoon coming out there. That might be late. Might not have it back, but we're going to take down Fairy anyways. She's just so squishy that they're not able to keep it up in these team fights there. Sweet Kiss Config is nasty, but it's not going to be enough to stop them. They are looking for farm. They're looking for any wild Pokemon that they can capture. There are none on the field right now. Maybe they can look for cheeky scores. They're already going for that. Waddlechew is going for the score. Clefable going for a score as well. But with 50 seconds away, this might just swing experience back their way. Not huge Unite move from Coup de Grace is coming out. That is incredibly late. The egoing from the side of Fulminous there as they get taken down. But the question is, did it get canceled out fully? And is it gone and it has to have a full reset? Or did they only get reset back to 90%? We are collapsing on Reg Ice. Huge Hydro Spin coming out. Oh, there we go. Nice Livid Outrage. This is going to be the fight. JK wants this fight here. Thanks Gaming wants it. There we go. Nice coming through the Unite move. Not going to be enough to save it. Burning every which way. That's going to be it. Full team wipe on the side of Thanks Gaming as we now collapse onto Groudon, who spawns now. Fulminous fully locking in on Groudon, saying, hey, we need to take it. It's gone, guys. Don't worry about it. Go defend the pads before they get you. It's now a race to get back to the pads. Don't take the farm. Don't go for anything. Get back to the pads. Defend, defend, defend. This game is not over yet. They are pushing. They don't need to push, but they are. All 5 people onto the tier 2. Aegislash is getting real low. Gonna get... There it goes, the first KO, but JK soon follows. This is a massive person that they do not want taken down, but Azumarill is still up. Huge points cut potential coming through. Blastoise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knocks out Thanks Gaming. Fulminous is going to be scoring in the Hunterburgers regardless. 1 Hunterburger coming in, and we're not even going to wait it out. This game is over, folks, as game number 2 is also going to go to the side of Fulminous. There were moments in this game where Thanks Gaming found their momentum. They got the stuff that they need to do, but then they dropped the ball. They need to find a way to pivot back into this game because let me tell you, this is rough indeed. But 124 on JK there. 67 on Seal, so massive damage is still coming out. Seymour coming in at 124k as well. Wadachu 67. Compe E-Girl 97k on Electro Ball Volt Tackle Pikachu here. That is massive damage. Pikachu was just exerting a lot of pressure. A lot of people overlooked that Pikachu, but we were doing really good. Both teams early on were actually scoring and keeping pace. But then at around the 3:30 minute mark, Thanks Gaming just kind of plateaued. After the pushback and the breakage of bottom T1, they were not able to come back into this game. So they got to find a way to get back into the game and keep that point momentum. Because this comp worked, it just didn't work well enough. And Look at that, 16 KOs on Seymour. That Blastoise was a bloody mess. But this is the final game in the first pick slot for Thanksgiving. The final game for the second pick slot for Fulminous here, as we now come into game number 3. We got the ready checks from both teams. They're ready to go. We're looking at certain bans now. We're already looking at what to ban. We have Darkrai picked up, we have Hoopa picked on, and now we have Leafeon, but Seal's already hovering that. There we go. Pivoting again, we're also going to see Snorlax banned, Suicune banned. What's going to be the final ban? That Blissey? Blissey is going to come in as the final ban for the side. We're not changing up our bans too much. In fact, we haven't changed them at all. We know exactly what Pokemon we want to ban out, and we got them banned out. But we're going to have Gasper on that Umbreon there. That's going to be locked in. So we are going to possibly be looking at double tank here on the side of Thanks Gaming. Why am I blanking on the team name there? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking every day now. And now we're going to have Comfey Trevenant? Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so if this Trevenant goes the way I think it's going to go, this could be Carry Trevenant. And if it's Carry Trevenant, it's going to be Curse, possibly Hornleech, and it's going to be Sweet Kiss. It is going to be a nasty, nasty combo to go into that. We have Kudon back on the Crustle. We have JK taking the Greninja. This is going to be a strong Pokemon in JK's hands. JK has a lot of experience on this Greninja here, so we'll see if they're going to be able to handle this. Comfey E-Girl are going to be locking in Mew. Waddlechew on that Absol. They're like, listen, you want to take Greninja? That's fine. I got you on Absol. Absol and Mew are going to be devastating combos. Again, not something you'd want to see a Sweet Kiss Comfey on. So if there's going to be a Sweet Kiss Comfey here, it's probably they got to pick something else up in this last pick slot that make it there. Seymour is devastating onto those all-rounder Pokemon there. Sweet Kiss Metagross could be an option as well. And we are going to see Metagross, but again, that's if it's going to be Sweet Kiss. If we're going healing, we have all the targets for days. We're able to sit on Absol rather than Trevenant, although Trevenant could be a nice option, but specifically the Absol, being able to give it a nice healing buff, and once we get our level 10, the movement speed buff, as well as Seymour. But Fairy's locking in Raichu, Seal locking in Blastoise here. We have a lot of Pokemon here that are coming out brand new that we haven't really seen Thanksgiving play. So we're going triple tank, double attacker. Blastoise is going to be playing like an all-rounder. No stacking, though. Lots of damage output on those basics, though, with that Muscle Band. And we're going to see Fairy locking in on Raichu here. Raichu with the Crustle in the bottom lane is going to be an interesting pick for sure. Because as long as we're able to hit that level 5, Raichu is very, very strong. And it's able to output a lot of damage, especially on Electro Ball. You can get a lot of burst damage on spawning objectives or spawning Pokemon, Wild Farm. You can also get a lot of damage done onto Pokemon that just walk into bushes all willy-nilly. Like, we have seen games where we've seen 3 Electro Balls chunk a Crustle down to almost 0 HP. So it all depends on how this game is going to swing. So, game number 3. Thanks Gaming, your purple team. Fulminous, your orange team. As we come now into this, let's check out where Gasper and Seal are going to go this game. They are up against the Comfey Metagross. So Comfey Beldum is going to be nasty. They're going to be looking to put a lot of pressure down. Already going in. We got to watch out for that last hit on the Beldum. We do get it on Gasper. You can't underestimate, but Absol's already up here for the early gank. They know they want to put a lot of pressure on. They know they need to get this Beldum down. Comfey is a weak lane, but they're already going for stacks. Huge experience coming in now as they come through, and if they give the chase, that Absol is there to throw down a lot of pressure. But Beldum goes down. Comfey, they're collapsing on the Comfey. No, they're going for Waddlechew. They're saying, hey, listen, we can't get Comfey. Comfey's going to go on this. They grab the Waddlechew, and they take the triple KO. They dominate this lane now as they come through. Beldum trying to get back in. These scores, this pad is still open, though. JK going for 15. Now we're getting our first stacks, and boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Nice early lead of 35 to 15. Already looking for an early gank. Again, that jungle is left completely open, but Waddle Chew is level 5. They know the secrets. They know the text of the jungle. They don't need a full clear. They just go for the under. They're saying, hey, listen, you think Leafeon's the only one? Heck no, brother. But that Absol is diving in. They're missing all of those pursuit resets, and that is going to catch them in the end as we now take down that Comfey with it. 53 to 15. We have Raichu online in the bottom lane here. Fairy is going to be massive at that level 5. Well, Mew is also level 5, but their Phantom here, tiny little Phantom, little Bebro there is not. They are still level 4, but JK is already deep. They're deep with Gasper here. They're going to take down 1, take down 2, as they exert a lot of pressure. That Absol is still level 5. Well, JK, that Greninja, that nasty Greninja is going to be level 7. The Natus disappear at 8:05. I did figure they disappeared at some point. I didn't think they disappeared at 8:05. That's such a random time. Good to know if you didn't know. We're going to have JK take that Reggie Drago as a huge push comes down into the bottom path here. We have Waddle Chew looking for a way to back into this game. 1, 2, nice pivot, nice dash there, but it's not going to be enough to grab any sort of KO. Babro triggering their passive ability, being able to hold that, get more HP back. They grab a berry, and now they're back online. They're ready to engage. They're nice cursing there. But the Metagross and the Comfey are left all alone in the top lane. So it is 4v3 as we send Blastoise into the top here. 1, 2, 3, collapse onto that. Collapse onto that, what do you call him there? Trevenant there. Now we're going straight for Waddle Chew. Nice wall from Crustle. That Thanks Gaming has finally found their momentum. Nice, but oh my gosh, the Mystical Mirage coming out. Nice X-Scissor from Kudon there. Only able to grab 1 hit off on the final hit of that X-Scissor. Huge points now going to coming in for Bebero. This guy is stacking. We want to break this pad, but we also want to make sure they get their stacks in. Look at all of these points. This is a prime opportunity for Bebero to get any sort of stacks they might be looking for. Mia was grabbing all of these last hits, but that's just more experience for Bebero to use to score and get it, but they're not there. Now Thanks Gaming is back in the bottom lane, but we have a fight up there in the top. Gasper is very low, but Seal is here. No Hydro Typhoon in the pocket yet. We did have to burn it there, but no Unite moves on the Metagross. No Unite moves on that Absol yet. Seymour is going to Gyro Ball into nothing there, but that's okay. We almost had that final Pokemon there. We're going to see Seal go for the score here. 17 there. Going to be able to stop it at the last second. Nice job from Seymour, trying to stall for as much time as possible. Regieleki is going to go to the way of Thanks Gaming, but Greninja, as well as the rest of Thanks Gaming in the bottom lane, are going to get taken down. It was a 4v3 once the Absol joined, and joined they did, and it made the difference. You have to watch out for those ganks. You got to make sure you're communicating when the Absol is leaving. But we already got a massive 40 over, so even though we gave experience back, we are still keeping that point lead. Nice Moonlight Prance, nice Hydro Typhoon coming back out there from both Gasper and Seal, but all of it was taken to take down a level 8 Metagross. They didn't get a whole lot of advantage off of that because the Absol did get away. They're collapsing on Regirock, so they can grab this objective as well. Comfey is the Floral Healing. We did do a double check there because you never know if it's going to be it. They're going to stop hitting, buy some little time. Mew with the Mystical Mirage to come through. 18 points possibly going in. Yep, definitely going in there. They take the Regirock, but now Mew is trapped. We're going to grab a berry. Maybe we can get to this jump pad. No, we're just going to pivot straight through. We're chasing that Mew, but Mew is already level 12. How are they higher than JK already? That is incredibly... That is incredible. The Mew is the highest level Pokemon on the map. But JK is looking to change that. They are tapping that Mew one by one, but we're going straight for the Unite move onto this Absol. But they do have the Midnight Slash. They're looking for JK. There it is, the nice Midnight Slash coming out there. Huge Surf from Blastoise, going to be able to pick up Waddle Chew and send them back on the way there. Nice for Flowery Fields Forever out from that Comfey there, just OP, but it's not going to be enough. Gets taken down. Absol is gone. Comfey is gone, and the push is on. Never mind. They just wanted to give Bebero a little tap on the back. A little tap on the behind there. A little smack on the buttocks. Be like, listen, bro, we know you're running. Take it and go. Take it and go. A little cheeky. You're just a little too cheeky. But now we're also going to grab this central farm here for Kudon and Gasper here. Crustle and what do you call it there? Umbreon. But we're collapsing our Regieleki. It is going to go to the way of Fulminous. This is massive here. Now, we're not going to have another Regieleki for the game, but if they decide to push, which they do have 3-man advantage for, this could be devastating. So already we're going in. It's a 4-man push with Regieleki. Thunderstorm Aerial going to go in on top, but the nice eject to collapse on the Fairy. Fairy is going to go down here. This is exactly what they want. Now they're here in force. They're here in mass. We got to get back. Crustle is going to unite that Rubble Rouser. Kind of a little bit late, but also not. But look at that. 1, 2, 3. Going to pick up the Bebro here soon as we take down Blastoise. 4 and 5. Full team wipe on that push. Going to the side of Thanks Gaming. Say what you want, but my gosh, Triple Tank was bulky enough to handle the onslaught and send it back. But now we are down all of our Unite moves. Everybody except Comfey with the Flowery Fields Forever. So we do need to start farming all of these wild Pokemon and getting those back. We get Unite charge rates for various Pokemon at various different rates for each Pokemon, depending on the items that you're running. We did see an Energy Amp on Mr. Mime in game number 1 there, but scoring is also gonna help. 62 from Metagross, 62 Smackaroonies, 46 more points, another 5er. We're getting our stacks in on that Metagross. 292 to 193, and 293 to 193. We're a full 100 points ahead. We did grab the Registeel though, so that is going to go in our favor. But once again, we are behind on points coming into this. But if we take the team fight well, if we take it smartly, we can get it. JK is level 15. Greninja, massive, massive hit. Waddlechew is only 13. Metagross still level 12. But all comes down to the burst and how you engage. Thanks Gaming needs this fight, and this is exactly what Fulminous wants them to do. Rip recklessly or take the fight. But now they see the Raichu. They're trying to dive on it. They don't find an opening there. But there it is, the Crash and Compute. Gonna lock that Raichu down. That Raichu starting away. The Phantom Forest is gonna come out. We're gonna see a first victim here very shortly. Kudon doing everything they can. They just get the Rubble Rouser. Tick back into it. There it goes. Fairy is the first victim, followed by Bebro onto that Trevenant there. Comfey is down. Metagross is down. Seymour is gone. Now we have only the Mew and the Absol left. No Unite moves for anybody. But the Electro Balls are still up. We have to be very careful because Kudon was also taken. Absol is looking for something here. Nice on that Greninja, taking down Absol. That is exactly what they needed. They zoned out the Mew, but they bought a lot of time for the rest of Fulminous to come back in. Now we need our scores. Everybody has a 50 cap except Kudon. Now we got to try to get these in. Now we're at 293 to 293. We need one more score. We are not in out of it yet. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Fulminous is taken down. Another Hundo Burger. 2 Hundo Burgers go in. 493 to 293. 30 seconds left. If Fulminous is able to get any of these KOs, they might be able to bounce back. They might be able to pivot and might be able to push for a score. But they have to get these scores. 20 seconds left. It's not going to happen. 72 from the Crustle. 32 from the Greninja. These are massive points coming in. 603 to 293. This game is over. Thanks Gaming has found their tempo. They are back in this baby. They pulled this set from 2-0 to 2-1. Let's go. Oh, heck yeah. What a set so far. Oh my gosh, Thanks Gaming has found their rhythm. They've bounced back into this, and they're definitely trying new Pokemon. I've never seen Seal run Blastoise. I'm not saying Seal was bad on Blastoise. I just never seen them run it. So that was interesting to see. The Absol play, also, I've never seen a jungle pivot where we just take one, go into lane, start harassing, and then we're still level 5, even though we've by the 950 birds, without even taking another farm from our jungle, without taking another wild Pokemon. Both teams are cracking out excellent strategies to be able to take on both macro and micro plays. It is amazing to see, and I hope you guys watching are able to enjoy this just as much. 118 damage on Comfey E-Girl, 128 on the JK, 84 heals off of that Umbreon too. That is massive. The heroes definitely being able to show precisely. We have a lot of great engages from Bebro as well. 80k tanked, 41 healed off of those Horn Leeches as well. Well done to both teams. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Let's take a look at the scoring as well. Less plateauing. We're scoring more evenly throughout the match. Look at this. We have more scores. They're slowly being kept together. The final push right before Groudon, we got pushed right to 293, but our teams are going to be ready to go. So let's get into this game number 4. They already swapped the sides. They did indeed. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go! As we get into our draft. So already we now have to look to pivot and change all our team names and scores around. All right, save that and Fulminous. All right, we are ready to go. Let's check on chat. You guys have been an oddly... All right, nobody thought this would happen. Who's going to win? I don't know who started that, but that's amazing. Annie, Mystic, welcome in. Hope you guys are having fun and enjoying some of the games here. Blastoise is broken, both on Seal and in the hands of... who was it there? Seymour coming in there. But oh my gosh, but points are restored. Emotional aid, what's up, my bro? Hope you guys are enjoying. Yeah, Gren went crazy indeed. Was absolutely demonic. But all right, let's come into game number 3 here. And we have already Umbreon and Mamoswine are going to be locked in. Leafeon also going to be locked in for the side of Fulminous. We finally allowed Leafeon through. Thanks Gaming did not want to ban it. They're in a second pick position. They're saying Leafeon can come through. We're going to throw up the Suicune ban though. Comfey is going to get banned now coming into this game number 3. We're in a first pick position, but that doesn't mean we're going to first pick Comfey. Blissey Snorlax going to stay banned forever. Hoopa Darkrai going to stay banned forever. Same with Suicune. It's just a swap on who was going to ban it. We're going to see Alolan Ninetales and Greninja come in. Ooh, this could be an auto-attacking nightmare, especially based on what we're seeing on Fairy here. Gasper and Kudon going to be locking in that Slowbro Crustle. Leafeon's going to be looking for an Engage, but Gasper's going to be looking for that Leafeon to get that Slow Beam on. Oh, but that Venusaur. Beamosaur is here, and without much dive on the side of Thanks Gaming, this could be devastating all around. We have Seymour coming back in on that Metagross as well. We've seen just how disgusting they're able to be on it. So this is going to be interesting to see how both teams come in and are able to pivot off of Pokemon they know the other team is strong with. And guys, I'm going to have to take a quick couple-minute break to go check on my lasagna in the oven. My timer went off. I'm sorry. All right, I am back. The lasagna's a-okay. It did not burn, and in fact, it looks so good. I am excited to bite into this there. I'm hungry. So guess where we're going straight after this set to dive into lasagna. Well, you know who else is going to be diving in? Leafeon. Going to be looking for that Ninetales and the Greninja. And Greninja going to be looking for that Venusaur. Venusaur is well protected in this game. That's going to be absolutely massive. But new game, second half of the set here. Game number 4. New purple team, Fulminous. New orange team, is going to be Thanks Gaming. As we get into game number 4, we're going to see Seal and Gasper into the top lane here. Mr. Mime and Slowbro coming back into this. Meanwhile, Seymour and Just OP are coming back into the top here. We're going to be fighting over this bundle B here. Not going to be enough to grab it. We use our tackle. Is that? No, it's not tackle. We use whatever it is that move is too soon, but we do get the boosted up, but it's not going to secure it. Stacks are already coming in early. Finally, a Pokemon that makes sense for the early gank here on that Leafeon. Only level 4, but JK's here at level 5. Greninja as the Frogadier still looking for Greninja. Now we're going to start it. We have the secure move on the Gasper here. Not going to be needed as we take it from JK. Leafeon back into the jungle. We're looking to already set behind this bottom lane here as we have Ninetales online and Crustle online. Leafeon, no Unite move, but we do have Fulminous, Sludge Bomb. That is a tell. That is going to be Fairy getting taken down, followed by Kudon. Kudon is going to be in a pickle here, but it's only a matter of time if they keep the pressure on. They do stop the score here from the Leafeon, but that's all they can do is delay. Yeah, Ninetales is here now, level 4. Can we pick up the Waddle Chew just on the edge and the fringes of that rock tomb there, and we're already going to pick up the blue buff. The Excelgor stood no chance against Leafeon as we're now pivoting around. We're looking for our level 8x8, but already we're moving back into the jungle. No, we're going to keep pressure on the top here. We have stacks that we want to get, and that stacks is going. Leafeon's looking right at that slow beam. I know! That's exactly what's going to happen. This Leafeon is going to get got by the slow beam. But we have Sneebor going for a cheeky 28 in the face of Seal. Mr. Mime there. Not going to be enough to stop it as it goes in. Massive points for it. But, oh my gosh, Venusaur is online. We are going to lock down the Regidrago. Take down the Slowbro. First Unite move onto that Leafeon here. That is going to be huge. We do see an eject button come out there. Mr. Mime takes massive damage here. We need to get online. That showtime is going to be crucial to knock down that Venusaur and to pull them offline long enough for somebody to deal with either the front lines or the back. Our attackers are at a disadvantage here. The Ninetales is a good pick, especially onto this fast attacking there, but are we going to be able to protect it is the thing. And we're not able to. Ninetales is going to go down as Kudon and Seal are looking for a pick onto Waddlechew. Rock Tomb is up, but it's not going to be able to lock them in. No dashes are going to be able to get through it, and they're going to walk away. JK is level 8, though. We're back into this, but Seymour is already into the top here at level 9 on that Metagross. Fulminous is on that Venusaur here. We do have another Unite move. We could see Sludge Bomb, Beam, plus Unite move. There's the Verdant Anger. There's the Solar Beam. Not going to be enough to take down Fairy. How tanky is Ninetales? Oh my gosh. Fairy trying to score cheeky 18, but all that would have done is given more experience to it. But the Venusaur goes down. Whatever we did, that worked. Let's do it again. But Leafeon is here. We're looking for Kudon. We're jumping on top of them. We're going in it, but nice X-Stairs are going to come through, but the Razor Leaf is back. Get picked up by the Ice Fang, dodges the Razor Leaf, but the second hit is what KO'd it. Nice Unite move from Greninja here, going to come through, but it's not going to... Oh, we almost had a very clutch moment from our Greninja here, but Venusaur is now here. We're going to score 13, then we're going to score 38. We're going to have a 20-point over as Kudon tries to kidnap Seymour, but Seymour's got a lot of shields. They just haven't gone away. Those shields are like eternal on him. But already we're getting a lot of pressure here into the jungle here. These wild Pokemon are up for grabs. And Waddlechew saying, listen, I want these. They pick up the KO on JK. They pick up the KO on Fairy. They're picking up the KO on Kudon. Gasper is next. And now Seal is the only one left remaining. Seal's got to run away. Got to give up his pad. Go score. Get a stack or something, my bro. You need it, but take it down by the Venusaur. Someone needs to change Venusaur to Nasty Sword, because I'll tell you right now, that thing is brutal right now. We need to be able to get something onto this Venusaur, and it's just not working for Thanks Gaming right now. But they can collapse. Seymour is it. Shields are down. They do pick up the KO. Massive experience swing for the side of Thanks Gaming. This is what they needed to come back into this. Now we're playing as a 5, but already look at these points, 343 to 54. This is just nasty different, but it's not out of the woods yet. 4.5 minutes remain. We've seen just how devastating in points a single push can be. They lock down just OP. They take them out. That's 9-second cooldown here. We have the Rubble Rouser coming through. It's not going to be enough. Those shields are ripped. Now we have a huge X-Scissor coming through. Not going to be enough. As the Crash and Compute comes down, the Rock 2 from the Reggie Rock takes down Fairy. Oh my gosh, now only 3 members of Thanks Gaming get this buff. Umbreon is down in the bottom lane here, though. We're trying to score, but Venusaur has come to back them up. JK's clones baited the Comfy E-Girl, but they had to back off still, and then they disappeared. Those clones didn't last for long, I'll tell you that. But Umbreon got baited enough to fight 2 and be like, okay, one of them is it, but it's not it. They're coming through. They're just massive into this, getting huge vision. Verdant Anger with the Solar Beam. That's it. Takes down not 1, but 2 Kudons all alone as they take down 3 in their own jungle. Fulminous says, this is good beachfront property and I want it. And we did just use an Emerald 2-step off of Waddle Chute, so we are going to be looking to stack that up, get some nice experience from both the scoring, if you have more than 2 points, but more importantly, get Unite Charge. Now, Slowbro is also having to look for its Unite as well. We're 65 seconds away from Groudon here. We have our final objective in the top side up. Now we're going to see if there's another objective within at least 20 seconds. See if there's something else coming bottom. Seymour is going to be taking these birds. We're going to lock that down and slow it. We're looking to grab it. There are no shields on Seymour as it goes for the Regieleki pass just for the hit. Doesn't get a shield though, but has to keep going for the berries. Heals up. Now we're fully healed. Now we can go for the re-engage. 5v4 here for the side of Fulminous. Fulminous at a disadvantage, but is it really a disadvantage? As we now take down Ninetales with a huge beam off of that. Showtime coming out. That is a very late Unite move from Seal as we take down Greninja, take down Slowbro, take down Crustle, and followed by the Seal. A whole full team wipe here up at the Regieleki 14 seconds before Groudon spawns, and no Unite move on Mr. Mime. That is going to be absolutely devastating here for Thanks Gaming, because that was one of their ways to get onto that Venusaur. Throw the Mr. Mime at the Venusaur, lock it down from using any sort of beams. Huge damage on the tanks. That is not something you want. You have no healer. And that ultimately is what's going to lock them down against this Venusaur. Venusaur is devastating. We do have huge auto attacks coming in. Nice. Oh my god, I can't even keep up. There we go. The nice Unite move from JK. Slowbro and Ninetales are down, but the Solar Beam is going to find and take down JK. Crustle Kudon here is on 1 HP in a dream, but they are going to go down. That Leafeon is going to take them. They're trying one last effort. Not going to be enough, as now huge beam coming through, and the Sludge Bomb picks up Seal. Thanks Gaming. I don't know what happened to you guys, but my gosh, you got picked apart and destroyed in this map, let me tell you. Gotta do better. No, but in all seriousness, they did scatter you, Thanks Gaming, very well. Huge hit on JK. Just a blind fire. Hey, we casually saw the Solar Beams coming in. And again, with no healer, nothing to help counter these Solar Beams. It's just going to be permanent damage. And we're already, that Umbreon doing fantastic jobs getting the vision there. Already huge Unite move from Leafeon there, but they're not out of it yet. 74 to 512, 30 seconds left. They're come back, they're fighting. Showtime did take down that Leafeon there. Umbreon is now down as well. Thanks Gaming is on the brink, but they're still able to come back. 25 seconds, can they score? Oh no, never mind. I just looked, 2 people down for the side of Thanks Gaming. Even if they grab Groudon, it's not gonna be enough. JK's not going to be able to dodge those beams. They are coming in and they are devastating. 8 seconds left. They are going to be losing game number 4. But they do out-secure the Groudon, which I think is also kind of valid. So that is good information going into the next game. So if you go to flip an objective, there is a possibility, there is an option, there's a waypoint, no matter how slim it is, to out-secure that Venusaur. But again, that Venusaur was just so devastating. Every hit off of those solar beams was just permanent damage. We had a little bit of sustain and a little bit of healing off for each member, for some members on the side of TG, but it just wasn't enough. Those beams were devastating it. Let's take a look at the damage numbers now. Oh my gosh, the beams were just eating up those tanks. 84k on Slowbro, 80k on Kudon to capitalize Comfy E-Girl at 156k damage. Those healings from just OP, 55k. The foul plays doing incredible work, being able to zone and get vision and just start being a nuisance there. Overall, I think this game was a little bit scatterbrained for the side of Thanks Gaming. They need to come together and play more as a 5 and play as a group. They got scattered way straight to the 9 wins way too easily at this Groudon fight. And we were burning Unites. We shut our brains off, it looked like, a little bit. But that was game number 4. We still have 2 more games tonight. So right now, we're just waiting on ready checks there. Oh, okay, we had pivot over to the wrong scene there, but that's okay. Misclicks happen. Oh, we have the results of the poll in, but I can't see it. Oh, 180 channel points go to the side of Emotional Aid. Wow, so whoever bet against Emotional Aid there, you lost! But oh my gosh. So again, coming into game number 5. Again, we're only in game 5. We're in a full 6-game set. It's 3-1 right now. Thanks Gaming does have an opportunity to be able to pivot and come back into this game and make this a 3-3 set. But they have to look at what made them successful. They have to look at where they went wrong. Not necessarily to win, but to bounce back from all of this. Oh, let me... We have a request. All right, give me a moment there. All right, guys. So while we go through this, let me put up a quick 3-minute ad there. I do apologize for that. We're going to throw up an ad, and we're going to get ready there for coming into game number 2. We might miss the draft here on this one, but we will not miss any gameplay whatsoever. But we need to turn off those pre-rolls for anybody new coming into this. So apologies in advance. You know what? Let's make it a 1 minute. Let's make it a 1 minute. That'll give us 20 minutes of pre-roll free, and then between games, the next one, we can go for another 1 minute. All right, so we had a request. The request was a little too last minute, but that's a-okay. We're gonna go with. We're just gonna keep things as they are, and as we are now waiting for the ready check. Once our teams are ready to go, we'll be back in the game. Ah. All right, he is back. All right, here we are. Do we have a crash? Nobody said anything about crashing, but we seem to be back. We seem to be back in the lobby there. All right. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Everybody's in the lobby. Getting into game number 5. So here we go. This is something. Gamble all the points is how we win big. Hey, exactly. Listen. The ads are now over. I apologize for the ads. The ads was only 60 seconds. So that's awesome. Takes pre-rolls off for 20 minutes. And then we're going to run one more ad after the next set to make sure that we have no pre-rolls for anybody coming in at the end of the stream. And then that way there, we're not going to be running a full 3-minute ad and interrupting any sort of gameplay or flow. So, again, we appreciate the patience, guys. I apologize for running the ads. We did pivot to a 1-minute ad. But we're back in the draft here. So, let's see what teams are looking to ban. We're banning out Hoopa, Suicune, Darkrai. And we got Suicune, Snorlax, Slowbro banned out for the side of Fulminous. We're going to be locking in Blissey in that first pick scenario. We have Kudon coming in on the Trevenant. We have Comfey here on Gasper and just OP. Again, pick that Blissey. This is going to be a nasty, nasty thing. If you're in a second pick position and you're fearful of Blissey, you got to be careful of it because Blissey's going to come in. But we're going to have Crustle picked away as well. And that's going to be Waddlechew back on the Leafeon. These are Pokemon that were banned out previously, and we thought we weren't going to see a single Blissey. We thought we weren't going to see a single Blissey tonight, but let me tell you, we're seeing Blissey. Now we're also seeing Seymour coming on that Blastoise again, and we were hovering over the Decidueye on Comfey E-Girl. Oh, we are going to see Decidueye Blastoise coming in here. This is one of TG's signature combos there. Double tank into a Blissey Decidueye with something else to throw down. The Mage or Dasher coming in here. But we have Fairy on the Ninetales. JK on the Serena. Haven't seen Serena tonight. Seal on the Buzzwole. Oh, so that's going to be interesting to see. We got a lot of frontline menaces. But are we going to be able to dive to get to the Desi? Are we going to be able to handle Decidueye? Because that Decidueye is built to be like Razor Leaf, but we have double stacking on it. We have Attack Weight and Bracer. So even though it looks like we might see Razor Leaf, it's also equally possible we just see Spirit Shackle. So we'll see how they come back. What is going on with my mic tonight? There is something going on with the cables or the hookups or whatnot. Some stuff is just not being picked up. Oh, there we go. We're talking. This is why when you're in the middle of the stream, you never say anything that you don't intend to say on stream. Because you never know what's going to happen. You never know if your cables are just going to come back online and say, hey, you're alive. Everybody's going to catch you. That's why I always keep everything PG until OBS is turned off. But game number 5 here. Fulminous, your purple team. Thanks Gaming, your orange team. Coming in here as we now come against the Decidueye. This is Thanks Gaming's own composition, style of composition coming up and being used against them. Now we're going to see if it's just anybody that's able to pull this off or seeing how this is going to go. We have the first secure by Seymour onto that Blastoise there. Blastoise is a nasty Pokemon to have to try to go into. We've seen Seymour on this before, so we know just how nasty they can be. And in the early game, they're already being just that annoying. But we don't have Decidueye into the jungle here. We have Leafeon. Nice early gank coming in. Nice being able to steal back. We're keeping Seal low level here, only being able to pick up not even one of the Natus. We do grab that one bunny though, so we are a little bit still in this game with experience, but Seymour almost level 5. Look at that. We're going to be level 5. We are a War Turtle. We're not a full character, but we're a semi-character. Coming into the bottom lane here, we do have Waddlechew here going in onto this JK. Doesn't see them coming in, but huge damage there. Grabs the Waddlechew. They are pulling down, but Serena did not evolve. That was the Dartrix that got evolved there. That's going to be massive for when they come back here. But Kudon Fairy looking to grab as much experience in this bottom lane as possible. Top lane is struggling hard, but Buzzwole is now level 5. Seymour still level 5. We have not gained a level 6 yet, so Buzzwole is coming back. We are 20 seconds away from Regidrago. Actually, 10 seconds now. We took that way too long to say that. Nice coming in on these Natus here. We're going to grab at least 2 of them. Do not get the third one there. Got the Sweet Kiss Comfey coming in. Waddlechew comes back in. Slow Smoke going to be try to pick up something, but we don't. JK's now coming to the top here. We're going to grab Seymour's nice Sweet Kiss there, but we didn't hold it long enough. Did we even grab anybody there? But the Blissey, just OP, diving in. Blissey with that. Oh, it's not going to be enough. Blissey goes down. And the next Sweet Kiss coming out in a couple seconds here as Serena dives in is going to be nasty. As we collapse on Seymour, Sweet Kiss is now doing its thing. Blissey has to get that safeguard and focus on certain targets. We have to figure out who is going to be good for taking down Serena. Serena went down hard, but we got massive experience now throwing back for the side of Kudon and Seal. So we have huge experience for them. Stacks coming in as now Regidrago is in the fray. We are 50 seconds into Regidrago spawning, and nobody has been able to pick it up. Crustle Bebro is able to lock that Ninetales down, but that is an Aurora Veil Ninetales. JK is already diving in. These 720 birds are going to go to the side of Thanks Gaming, but we have Blissey and Leafeon in the thick of it. But Blissey safeguard's only as useful as that safeguard is, as long as that safeguard shield is up. And 1, 2, 3, just like that, Fulminous is taken down as JK looks to score 51 points with the Comfey, down to 29. Kudon's going to look to score 12 here, as Seal is super deep, but this is a Spirit Shackle Decidueye, not a Razor Leaf Decidueye. Let's look at how many KOs the Decidueye currently has. The Decidueye currently has 2 KOs, which means 4 stacks on its Bracer. That is what it's going to need to get back into this, to get a little bit into this game. Now, as for how many score stacks it has, I don't think it has any, but nice snipe from the Decidueye. Hopefully, and then the knock follow-up to take down Fairy. Hopefully, this scoring increase is what this Decidueye needs to start getting its score stacks in. Look at that, 40 going in just like that. Can't stop Decidueye. Nice. Oh, here we go. The Ultra Slow Slam coming in, but the Bliss Assist onto Decidueye coming through. Another stack in for Decidueye as it accepts its fate and goes down. But that's 2 more score stacks it needed. Huge for it. But in doing so, Registeel was taken in the bottom, and now we have to go into the top where Regieleki is. Blastoise is going to be up there. JK looking to grab some scores, and we get them in. Comfey empty their pockets of 4 points. JK getting out with 6 points in. We are level 10 on JK here, but 3 level 10s as well. Both teams' levels are actually even. Crustle going to be giving the advantage to their team as soon as they evolve to get that Rubble Rouser. Now they have it. Now they're using it. Regieleki is now playing for Fulminous as Seymour is going to go use the Hydro Typhoon. We're gonna pick up JK. We're gonna pick up Seal. We're gonna pick up Comfey on Gasper there. And now Kudon is the last one in position. 1, 2, 3, 4 as we now take down for the 5. Full team wipe. Regilecki did walk in. Blissy's going straight for it. Safeguard right to it. 5 points. They just need to get something else in there for 7 seconds. Thanks Gaming has to hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 KOs going to the side of Thanks Gaming. They pushed hard. They pivoted. They ran. They tried to score. But that pad is still up with 5 points. But that also means Leafeon can go in for a quick, simple break at any point in time. Reg Ice is now going to be on the bottom. We do have a massive point lead of 248 to 140. Waddle Chew is going to stop the score. No! Buzzwell gets the 44 in, narrowing the gap between the points of 184 to 248. Thanks Gaming is now going to pick up the Reggie Ice. That is massive heal buff coming their way for 90 seconds there. But it is going to be the last basement Reggie of the game. We're not going to see another one spawn in before Groudon. Or rather, we won't see another one spawn in. Yeah, no, we won't see another one spawn in at all. Blissey coming in with the smack onto the fairy there. That Ninetales took down the Leafeon, 1 HP in a dream. Not going to be able to get away. Just OP is going to go down. They're running around trying to stall for time, get as much vision and lock them down to get their timers back online to delay as much as possible. That's when you're in the position like that, that's all you can do. Delay. You never know if your team's going to follow up, but if you know you're not going to get any follow-up, you just also never know what is going to happen because... Oh, never mind. I forgot what I was going to say, but we're already collapsing on Seymour there. Hydro Typhoon, very late Hydro Typhoon coming in here. We will not have that for Groudon unless we dedicate all the remaining farm for it. Waddle Chew is going to go down. They do use the Emerald 2-step there. It's not going to amount to a whole lot. We are holding Unite on the side of Thanks Gaming here as JK now dives in looking for the Decidueye. We're getting nice heals off of the triple axle, but we're also going to get taken down. 23-second timer. Well, if it's going to happen, it better happen. It's better to happen now. Level 14 on Decidueye, 14 on Serena. 13 seconds until Groudon spawns in. Regilecki will go to the way of Fulminous there, and it's going to go straight to the home pad. Leafeon is going to be following that down. Look for a nice Hundo Burger to follow it through. JK is back. Ninetales is also back. We have everybody back. We see this. We do see Waddle Chew a little bit. There he is. But we're not collapsing. We're not going for it. We're just ripping the Regilecki. Are we going to be starting to rip on the Groudon here? Yes, we are. They're full ripping Groudon. They're going to take this. They're wiping off the map. 1, 2, 3. Remember, we do have that Spirit Shackle. Blissey going to come through. We are going to take that. Groudon going to go their way. Can we get there? Oh my gosh. 1 down already on Fairy. 2 down on Kudon. As we now look to take down number 3 and 4 here on Buzzwall and JK for 5 Team KO White. Coming through here. Fulminous going to be taking game number 5. They are sitting at a 4-game win right now here. Thanks Gaming now only sitting at 1. We want to make this a 4-2 set. We got to think about something coming into the time here. But let's take a look at what our chat is saying. That's crazy. Again, no dive. Left side team looks demonic. Yeah, and oh, no, wait, I'm good. No ads. Yeah, man, that's right. That's why we're only running 1-minute ads in between, trying to get no games. We are accounting for the delay on the ads as well. So there's, what is it? The delay on stream. So as long as we get no gaming and stuff, we should be good. So we're going to find a way to pivot here. But 79K on that Decidueye. We have 67 here on JK. These were the heroes of the teams there, but only 9K heals, 54%, 7K heals on the Blissey. No healing for a lot of the side of Fulminous here. Meanwhile, we have minimal healing on the side of Thanks Gaming, but overall, it's a decent set. It's a decent set so far. So let's return to the lobby. Let's go to the Just Chatting screen. Follow the stream up and let's see where everybody is going to be ending up at, because again, we got to run another 1-minute ad, but we don't want to overlap on anything. So Now we're just waiting for the ready checks on the teams here before we get into our final game of the set. All right, and we are done the game there, so we're going to wait a little bit longer. We have a message from Seal. Seal says R. So we're going straight into the next game here, so we're going to start and get the last game on its way. The final game for tonight. Fulminous, your purple team. Thanks Gaming, your orange team. Fulminous in the first pick position. Thanks Gaming in second pick. Not the end of the world at all. So, but we are going to see a little bit different pivots here. Why will you not let me run my ads? I need to run a 1-minute ad before everybody catches up. Come on, stream. All right, we're going to see Blissey, Darkrai, Slowbro bland out here. We are going to see and Suicune, Darkrai, Hoopa banned out for the side of Thanks Gaming. All right, we got the ad running before any gameplay. I see that we have the thing. That way there, we're not going to have any gameplay missed. It's all going to be pure gameplay. Even draft will not be missed. Oh, I'm so excited and happy there that we're able to get this in, because one of the things that I'm horrible at managing at is my ad breaks. Trying to find a way to run them during this time without impeding and making it too late on the players. We've already been at this for an hour and a half. And it's going to be another 10 to 12 minutes more for our teams to finish up here. All right, we are getting Bebro on that Snorlax, just OP on the Clefable. Absol coming in on Waddlechew, Kudon on Crustle, Gasper on Comfey, JK on Garchomp, Fairy on Mimikyu. Mimikyu did not work out for us too well on game number 1, but we're moving into game number 6 here, and we're going to bring it back. JK also going to be running that Comfey there. We're probably going to be seeing Sweet Kiss. That is what they've been running. Blastoise coming back out on Seymour. They've recognized just how effective it is against Thanks Gaming here. Comfey E-Girl is also going to be pulling in that Glaceon. Glaceon going to be able to do a lot of nasty things from a distance here. We know Seal is the last one to pick. We know they don't have a whole lot of ranged options available to them, but they are going to lock in on this Mr. Mime. I think Thanks Gaming is going to have a very hard time against the Glaceon, even with Sweet Kiss Comfey. The reason for this is because Comfey is Glaceon has a built-in passive ability, so to speak, where it makes itself immune to any sort of stunt damage, so any sort of crowd control, CC, whatever, for one hit, and then it goes on cooldown. If Comfey's Sweet Kiss is what triggers it, or Sweet Kiss releases during the duration that Glaceon is immune to any sort of stun, then Glaceon doesn't get caught out by that Sweet Kiss. It doesn't get immobilized, it doesn't run through. But even if it does get caught out by the Sweet Kiss, as long as the Icicle Spear comes in, as long as the Icicle Spear is already gotten off, then even if it's locked into that Sweet Kiss stun, it's just going to keep pelting with a lot of damage there. So you kind of miss out on a little bit of the benefits of Sweet Kiss. But again, we are seeing it with Mimikyu, so maybe this is healing Comfey instead. Maybe we're going to be pivoting here. But we have Fulminous, your purple team, for the final time. Thanks Gaming, your orange team, for the final time tonight. as we now come into this bottom lane. Fairy and Kudon already engaging on Bebro and Comfy E-Girl. We have this one Bundle B left, and we are going to get it. Each side picking up a Bundle B for themselves, capturing in that Aeos Ball and sending it back into their pockets there. Now it's moving on to the Indeedee. Glaceon's already onto the Snorlax going for it, but Fairy is the one that's able to lock it down with Astonish on that Mimikyu. 9:15, Bunny is up. We are also on it. Now we're diving in. We get it. Nice grab on Fairy to be able to lock down that final contested Bunny. Bundle B is a very strong Pokemon there, but Glaceon is online. We didn't stop them from doing it here. Now Glaceon's a Pokemon. It's now a character, but it needs level 6 to be fully online. Kudon's down to the bottom here, but we got a lot of action up top here. Sweet Kiss is back at it as we have that Bulldoze with the dig. That is also going to be nasty, and we have lost control of the camera, folks! We go where the Pokemon go! Look at this. Now we're going to follow Seal. Seal with the score shield coming in. 27 points here. Massive points that they need. Huge score for their stacks there. That gets rid of a lot of points from their pocket to allow them to start scoring smaller goals. Now we do have that level that 5 points in on that level 6. We are denying Just OP that Clefable. Now we have the walls, and we're going to take all of those. That's so nasty. Seal is just taking a lot of damage, trying to deny the evolutions for the side here of Fulminous here, but the Wartortle gets their 20 points in. That's their first stack there. They cannot stop it, but they do stop Just OP from getting evolved into Clefable. Level 7 as that Reggie Drago gets taken down, but who grabbed it? Who did grab it? Was it the Comfey? Did Comfey get the last hit on Drago? No, it was JK. JK. Just kidding on the Comfey. Nice prep work on that. Gonna dive in, take it down. But Absol is in the top. Isn't able to stop the 29 here, but we're gonna pull it back in. Massive damage on Absol. They cannot handle the Comfey. Listen, I'll tell you right now, Fulminous might have their Comfy E-Girl, but Thanks Gaming isn't without their own Comfy E-Girl, I'll tell you that. But now Kudon's going to be coming in here and looking to grab some sort of advantage here by starting these Bundle Bs. They need to start getting experience there. Fairy is only level 7, but we have JK at level 9. We're coming into the bottom here, and again, we can only go where the Pokemon go. We have no idea what's in the bottom here. Regieleki has spawned in the bottom. That means that means this top Reggie is going to be something else. Oh my gosh, Seal, go a little higher, go a little higher. We're almost there. Come on, Blastoise, show me what's up there. It's Reggie Rock. Second stack here coming in for the Blastoise. Blastoise currently scoring all of the points for the side of Fulminous here, but we're back in the bottom lane. We have Thanks Gaming here. Nice Livid Outrage coming through. Going to be picking up that Snorlax there. Going to be picking up the Absol, hopefully. Midnight Slash comes through, takes down the Regieleki. Now it's just trying to take down JK. We are pulling them into the Flowery Fields forever. Massive heals, take them down. Can we get this? No, the Blastoise. All this damage is coming out too much, and the heavy slam onto Garchomp there was what sealed the deal. When you stop those basic attacks in that healing, even for a second, that's all you need to inflict massive damage and eliminate the sustain and get your burst on it. We've gained control! And a nice snipe from Confusion on Seal to pick up the Excavalier. 136 to 109. So, Thanks Gaming might have advantage on levels, but Fulminous has advantage in the points. They're still exerting a lot of point pressure here. But we have the Rubble Rouser coming out deep into the gravity. We have JK getting pushed out by Bebro. Oh my gosh, why can I not talk anymore? But Seymour is already on the fringe there. They need to get out of there. They're on 1 HP in a dream, and Seal picks up the KO. 109 to 176. I don't know what happened in the top lane there, but Bowman is further extending their lead by the points here. They're saying, hey, listen, the levels are close enough, but at the same time, we just don't give a hoot and a holler. Level 12 on Seal there. Mr. Mime, level 12 at 430. This is massive experience for the side of Thanks Gaming, but Garchomp's only a level 11, and Mimikyu level 10. We are way behind on this Mimikyu here. Mimikyu needs its level 13. It needs these power spikes to go toe-to-toe, especially as an all-rounder. A lot of it comes out from the damage, and it gets those damage spikes there. Unfortunately, it's way behind at level 10 still, outclassed by all 3 carries on the opposing team. We're going for another engage. We have that pulling in from the Sweet Kiss, but with Garchomp being pushed out by the block. Livid Outrage coming out. It's not too late, but we are blocked by walls and blocks all around. JK is in trouble, and we do need to get out. Regieleki is going to the tier 2 pad as we have more points raining in. Level 13 on Seal here, and level 11 on Fairy. Midnight Slash coming out as we do dodge that from Fairy here on the Shadow Sneak. No, we didn't dodge it. We just got KO'd. Oh, no. Now the pursuit is going to take down Seal for 26 seconds. Now Kudon's going to get pushed in. And that Regieleki's going in massive points. 253 to 184. This is how Fulminous has been able to not be in a huge deficit when it comes to Groudon. They're just not behind on these points, which is very important. 2 seconds left on Regieleki. It now goes away. No more threats from Regieleki going to be coming down in the bot side here. I say that, but the 30 seconds now, we have that tick coming out. Regieleki finally went in, and it's not going to be enough, because if we're able to score 15 points, that is a Regieleki going to the home pad. We're only able to get points up from 183 to 189 as we break that pad. That is not a massive over. 10 seconds for Regieleki. We're not going for it. We're not positioning for it. We're going for farm. Level 12. Mimikyu finally hits level 12, but Regieleki is here. Nobody is going for it at all. And my cat has opinions because they're in the closet going, take the Regieleki! Take the Regieleki! But nobody wants it. Neither Fulminous nor Thanks Gaming wants that Regieleki. And that is A-okay. 5 seconds in. We are going to pop the Glaceon passive. This is massive for Garchomp to be able to engage here. We do have full Unite moves coming in. That is going to be huge. Livid Outrage coming out. We're going on top of who's our targets here. I think we're going for the Clefable. We're trying to take it down. Nice moves coming up, but Fairy is the first victim to fall once more. Taken down for 15 seconds. Glaceon is on the run. Confiegro has to eject over the wall as we now take down Crustle. Blastoise just too strong, and we get the 3 KO streak on the Absol as they take down the Mr. Mime. Gasper's the only one in for another 5-man tumble into a whole team wipe against Thanks Gaming. This Groudon is gone. And now we have to keep looking for a way to pivot. Every time we see Fulminous get the Groudon, they just beeline it for the pads. But we've seen no pad defenses at all from the side of Thanks Gaming. When they are in this losing position, they try to get to the pit as much as possible, or they try to head them off. Don't do that. Play to your pads. That's your strength. That's your strong point. But it's not over yet. 547 to 189. We are able to get this in. Oh, but look at that. The Garchomp Confe gets taken down. Even with the play with Neon Fairy, the Midnight Slash takes it. 819 to 189. That is going to seal the deal. This game is over as Fulminous takes the Scrims 5-1. But no matter what the outcome is, I hope both teams were able to do their best from these scrims and to take the most from it, because that is what these are all about. So that is awesome here. How broken are Mime Walls? Mime Walls are actually pretty broken here. But this might be the one game where neither team had a complete runaway in terms of damage. Seymour comes in at 72, Waddle and Confiegro respectable 59 and 55 respectively each. Seal coming in at 70k, JK coming in at 86, but Fairy coming in at 17k. We're just not able to get onto our targets. All game, we were under leveled, so we might need to look for ways to pivot into more experience into Fairy there. That's always going to be rough. Mimikyu needs levels, needs heals. And yes, the endgame heals are crazy. You're right, Emotional, because 80k heals on just OP with that Clefable. That was pivotal. Even during those engages, those burst moments, Clefable kept the team alive. They had enough bulk to handle it. And that's what you need into a comp like Suicune Comfort. You need the bulk to handle it while the heals come out. But guys, this has been an amazing set. It's been great to cast it. So thank you for Thanks Gaming. Thank you for Fulminous for allowing me to cast this game for you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you guys again real soon. Later.